Good evening and welcome to the Financial Week. I'm Javon Keys. The government is being urged to consider deliberate strategies to induce economic growth in the local economy. In an interview with our news center, Chairman of the NCB Financial Group, Michael Lee-Chin, says without this, a low economic output will continue.
Jamaica has been plagued by low growth historically. That's why we had the EGC to spur growth. The EGC is no longer. So unless your focus is on growth not going to happen. And we have not been so resolute and focused about growth. So we have to have that focus, or it's not going to happen. We'll continue to have low growth unless it's a focus and we put strategies together and we execute on them religiously.
Mr. Lee-Chin served as chairman of the Economic Growth Council, EGC. The body was set up in 2016 by the Andrew Holness-led government as part of broader initiatives to stimulate economic growth and job creation. The primary goal was to achieve 5% growth in gross domestic product (GDP) within 4 years, commonly referred to as the 5 in 4 initiative. The roles of the council are now, however, rolled into different arms of government. The call for more to be done comes as the PIOJ estimates growth of 0.1% in the April to June quarter. The projection has for GDP for this current quarter ending September is expected to decline between 0.1% to 1% at the end of that period. To some other news now, a bond of up to $440 million to be backed by revenues from the Norman Manley International Airport (NMIA) is to be floated on the international market. The facility put up by unnamed entities is utilizing a special purpose vehicle called Kingston Airport Revenue Finance Limited, King Air for short. A senior source told the Gleaner that the bond will be debt for the issuers but income for the Jamaican government, which will receive a one-off payment equivalent to the take-up of the bond minus transaction costs. The source did not share with the Gleaner the entities behind King Air. Ratings agency Moody's says the proceeds from the financing will be applied to fund a 6-month debt service reserve account to pay transaction costs and expenses and to make a one-time payment to the government of Jamaica for the repayment of outstanding debt obligations and the financing of certain infrastructure projects related to the modernization and rehabilitation of roads at the airport. The debt raise, which is pending, would amount to about 70 billion Jamaican dollars at the current exchange rate. Ratings agency Standard & Poor's has assigned an indicative rating of BB and a stable outlook for the pending bond, which will mature in 2036. Some company news now. Petroleum distribution company West Indies Petroleum, WIP, says it has not ruled out the possibility of becoming a listed company on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. CEO of WIP, Charles Chambers, says this is a move the company has considered.
In the future, I think that is definitely something that we'd be looking to do. We're sort of concentrating on organizing our business into the various business lines and then focusing on the profitability of each one of those spaces. I think that the Jamaican capital market in the past has been a very welcoming place to companies in Jamaica, and by raising capital here, these companies have gone on to do amazing things. So it could be something very much in the cards.
The company, which says it pulls in more than $400 million, says it supplies about 30% of the fuel sold through gas stations locally, accounting for about 80% of the Jamaican-owned petroleum marketing companies. Let's head to the markets now. The Jamaican dollar gained 13 cents compared to the U.S. currency at the close of trading today. Banks and cambios are selling the American dollar for an average $158.64. The Canadian is going for $116.94. $210.94 is the average value of the pound, while the euro is trading for $179.47. To the stock market, the JSE main index lost 1,216 points, while the junior market index increased by 14 points. Among the 46 winners were Main Event Entertainment Group, Pulse Investments, Mayberry Jamaican Equities, Stanley Motor and Express Catering. The 42 losers were led by Jetcon Corporation, 138 Student Living Jamaica Variable Preference Shares, JMB Group 7% Shares, US Corporation and Iron Rock Insurance Company. 18 stocks closed the session selling at the same price they started trading. And that's the Financial Week. I'm Javon Keys. Good evening.